again coming to you live and hopefully uninterrupted. Once again, unrehearsed, no editing here. I'm going to try to answer a few questions really quickly, and I'm going to hopefully give you some helpful advice today. As I promised last time, once again, I don't have anything prepared. Next time, I promise I will have something prepared. Today, we'll talk about more about relationships, and but first, we'll go to my last video, if any of you saw it, or whatever. Some did, and the two biggest questions, I guess, shocking questions, were on how many partners I've had, and when I lost my virginity. Well, due to the partner thing, it's about 90, maybe a bit more. I used to keep a list, something immature boys when they were younger do. I threw that out, and we're going to talk about keeping lists and keeping love letters. See, I wish I knew about this site, a couple years ago, but I don't think it existed, whatever. But a few years ago, after I broke up with my girlfriend after 5 years, long story, we'll get to that maybe another day, I had a big folder like this. You might have a folder like this or a box. Most women do. Men usually don't keep anything like this unless it's more of an ego thing or whatever. I kept it whatever because I thought it was really funny on girls, on what they'll say, Not saying that they're naive, but more emotional than guys, and girls tend to write letters and stuff. So my advice to girls is don't write letters or something like that, because guys will keep it and show it to their friends and stuff like that. But back to the 90 partners or so. For the way I justify this is that, yes, I did lose my virginity at 12, and it was her idea. So for all you girls out there, not all guys have sex on the brain. Girls do have sex on the brain too. Not all of them. Everybody's different, but I was 12 and she was 13, and it was her idea. And I don't regret it, because I still speak to her till this day. And I believe as long as your first one is meaningful and special, whatever, for as special as it can be when you're, I guess, that young, whatever, and thought you were in love. That's how I justify all the others. But I don't want you to think my book is all about sex. Chapter 1, I did this girl. Chapter 2, I did that, because it's not like that. So I still speak to her this day. She's a wonderful girl. Hopefully she's not watching it. I'm sure she's not. I'm not going to tell her about this site, even though we are really good friends, and she'd probably get a kick out of it. But so that more or less explains how I lost my virginity so young and why I've had so many partners, and it really doesn't, hasn't bothered me, even though it has been a lot. But I believe everybody has their own limit, and they need to experience enough sex so they're not curious when they are ready to settle down, so they won't cheat, because they'll know that, really, as bad as it sounds, sex is all the same, and in the dark, just different materials to work with, and obviously, if there's passion and emotion, it makes it even more better. But in my title, my first point is, a piece of advice is, don't think your shit doesn't smell. And that's for all the boys and all the girls, all the women and all the men out there that think, it can't happen to me, not my boyfriend, not my girlfriend. That's your first mistake. And I'm not saying that you should go through your whole relationship, being a Snoopy, on your spouse, whatever, because if you don't trust somebody, why do you want to be with them in the first place? But, at first, sometimes people are insecure, and to you men, whatever, women will, ask questions and look through your stuff when you're not there. Some men will do it, but women are more likely to do it. So my recommendation to men is, don't keep folders like this. I wish I had all the letters in here, not to embarrass anybody, because as I said, I wouldn't mention their name, but I used to have over 100 letters in here. And it's not that women are naive or anything like that. They're just more emotional, especially in the younger stages, and they like to express their feelings, which most men are afraid to do. So my advice is, guys, do not keep a list, do not keep folders, whatever. They will be found, and not only will they be found, they'll ask you why you have it, and then they'll start comparing themselves to all the other girls. It'll be like questions like, if you love me, why do you have all this other stuff? And they will, chances are, tell you to throw it out, and you'll be like, no, because it's an ego thing. So my recommendation is don't keep anything. Evidence is bad. Let me see, what else? So, better make sure, I gotta keep this under wrap, whatever, otherwise it won't load. Let me see what other advice I can give you. I know I said I would have something planned for the next time, but I didn't. I lied. I wasn't even going to make a video today, but I decided to. So, yes. Yes. You know what? We'll talk about sex, even though that's not what the book's about, but I want to get this point across that, you know, it doesn't matter how good your sex life is. You know, you could have the best sex, whatever, you know, the rockets could blare and the mountains could crumble, and you know, you can be very passionate, but you can't base a relationship on sex, because it doesn't matter how good the sex is. At the end of the day, you still have to sit down and speak to that person and be able to conversate with them on some kind of intelligent level, if that's what you're looking for. But yeah, sex isn't the most important thing, but I would definitely say it's in the top 5. And for women that think that guys, you know, actually forget that. See, I'm not even editing this, so you know, we're gonna go on to something else. Actually, next time I promise I'll have something planned. But I will tell you guys, women do talk, men do talk too. That's my favorite situation. You know, you'll sleep with someone, or an incident will happen, and the girl will go, "You better not tell anybody." And of course, the guy goes, or the girl goes, "No, I'm not going to." But for all you women and all you men, everybody talks. Women, as much as they say, "I haven't told anybody," or "I'm not going to tell anybody," same thing with guys. They usually tell at least one person, and that usually tends to be a best friend. So my advice for guys when they sleep with a girl for the first time is pleasure her, and make sure you pleasure her, because number one, if you don't pleasure a woman the first time you have sex, 1, she'll never sleep with you again, and 2, she won't recommend you to her friends. And I don't mean that in the sense that she's going to go up and go, "Hey, you know, so and so, this person's so good in bed, you should sleep with them." But they incoherently mention it as a, you know, in conversation. They'll be like, "I was with so and so yesterday, and boy, did he really rock my world." And that, in a sense, puts the idea in the girl's head that maybe there is something about that person. But that's for more, I guess, teenage boys and stuff that are trying to get laid. For people that are looking for a serious relationship, whatever, that really shouldn't matter to you. But it should, in the sense that if you're a bad lay, chances are she's not going to see you again in that way. So chances are, pleasure her first, and you'll definitely have repeat business, and hopefully something will develop from there. But I also believe on what I'm saying with my title is, don't think that your shit doesn't smell, because, you know, if you think it can't happen to you, that's your first mistake. Everybody in life needs to have their heart broken at least once, so they know that pain, and so they don't do it to somebody else. I'm being interrupted, but as I said, don't think it can't happen to you. I'm not saying, you know, be all paranoid, but watch out, and hopefully I'll have a better tip for you next time, because I think this video really sucks.